Okay, now we have come to the last chapter in Form 4, and that is sexual reproduction, development, and growth in humans and animals. Okay, there are altogether 7 subtopics, which we will be focusing on the first one in this video on the reproductive systems of humans. Okay, we will discuss about the male and female reproductive system. Okay, continuity of species. Okay, this is dependent on the increase in the population through a process known as reproduction. Okay, whether it is sexual or asexual reproduction. Okay, so what is the meaning of sexual reproduction? This type of reproduction involves the production of the gametes by individuals who have reached sexual maturity. So male gametes and female gametes is going to fertilize each other. So there's another process here, fertilization. Okay, once they fertilize each other, this is going to complete the process of reproduction by creating new life from these two gametes. Okay, so first we look into the female reproductive system. Okay, so we start with the uterus. Okay, let me just use this highlighter. Okay, uterus is an organ with thick muscular walls. So you see these are the walls which are thick, and that the inner walls of the uterus is lined with endometrium tissues, which secretes mucus, and it is rich in blood vessels, where it is the place where the embryo implants itself. Okay, the endometrium is the place where the embryo implants itself. And because this endometrial tissues is thick and it is rich with blood vessels, it is going to supply the embryo with nutrients and oxygen. Hence, uterus is the place to where this fetus and the embryo or the fetus develops. Okay, next one, let's look into the fallopian tube. So there are two, the left side and the right side, and it's a thin muscular tube where the inner wall is lined with cilium. So the action of the cilium combined with the peristalsis process of the fallopian tubes. Okay, notice that these actions is going to help to deliver the secondary oocyte or the embryo, okay, the fertilized female gametes to the uterus. So all the way from fallopian tube traveling into the uterus to be implanted. Now this is thanks to the action of cilium with the peristalsis process, which is along the fallopian tube. So take note that peristalsis not only happen along the digestive tract, but then also in this fallopian tube. Okay, next one is the ovary. Also, we have two ovary, the right and the left side, and that is the female reproductive organs that produces ovum, the female gamete. Okay, ovum is one female gamete. If it is more than one, plural manner, we call it as the ova. Okay, it is also the place, the organs, this ovary, it is also the female reproductive organ that is responsible to produce female sex hormones, namely the estrogen and progesterone. Okay, moving on, cervix, this is it. This is the narrow part, the narrow opening of the uterus, which will secrete mucus to assist the sperm to swim up to the fallopian tubes. Hence, bring us to this vagina, which is the place, a canal, where sperms enter and also serve as the passageway for birth as well as menstruation. Okay, moving on to figure 15.2, this is the male reproductive system. First, we look at the testis, okay, which is the male reproductive organs that is responsible to produce the male gametes, namely the sperm. Okay, also the place, the organs where the male sex hormone is being produced, testosterone. Okay, this testis is located within the scrotum. It is not within the body because of the optimum temperature here outside the body. Okay, more optimum for the sperm to survive. Okay, so what is this scrotum? It is a sac-like structure that holds and protects the testes. Okay, also we have glands, prostate gland. Okay, that's the position of the prostate gland. Okay, let me change my pointer. Okay, this one is responsible to secrete fluid to help in the sperm movement. Okay, also there is another place where fluid is being secreted, and that is called the seminal vesicle. It's got two seminal vesicle secreting fluid that is going to nourish the sperms. Okay, moving on, we have these duct ataupun ductus, sperm duct, also known as the vas deferens. It is the place where sperm is transported. Okay, once it is being secreted here in the testes, it will go through this sperm duct and then all the way through down here, and that is the urethra, which is a tube for discharge of sperm as well as urine from the body. Okay, the same tube. Okay, now this structure here, this is the penis. That's the male sexual organ that is rich in soft tissues and also blood vessels, where it will release sperm. Okay, the function, okay, it releases sperm into the female's vagina during copulation, meaning during sexual intercourse.